An incredible response. Come on, you ought to think about that. Last night wasn't your last night. Because somebody didn't wake up this morning. But because grace and mercy was my alarm clock. Hallelujah. We honor the Spirit of God who is indeed in this place, amen. To Pastor Oliver in his absence, and Lady Oliver, amen. To the Blessed Trinity Baptist Church, deacons, trustees, all my father's children, amen. I do bring you greetings from the First Baptist Church with my pastor, the Reverend John T. Davis Sr., amen. I told him I'm changing my membership over since he keeps firing me, amen. Come on now. But I told him, I said, you better be happy if I make it back for your anniversary. Amen. I'm never homeless on Blessed Trinity. Deacon Wanda said, we family now, so I'm never homeless. Amen. 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 Truly grab your Bible, so I promise I won't be before you long. Amen. We're going to turn to Luke, the 6th chapter. Amen. We're going to start at the 6th verse. Luke, the 6th chapter, starting at the 6th verse. Amen. Number 3 times in 1 year. Amen. 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 And it reads as this: Now it happened on another Sabbath, also that he entered the synagogue and taught, and a man was there whose right hand was withered. So the scribes and the Pharisees watched him closely whether he would heal on the Sabbath, that they might find an accusation against him. But he knew their thoughts and said to the man who had the withered hand, Arise and stand here. And he rose and stood. Then Jesus said to them, I will ask you one thing. Is it lawful on the Sabbath to do good or to do evil, to save life or to destroy? And when he had looked around at them all, he said to the man, Stretch out your hand. And he did so, and his hand was restored as whole as the other. But they were filled with rage and discussed with one another what they might do to Jesus. Amen. And as you take your seats, I just want to hold you to this topic: play your bad hand. Play. Look at your neighbor as you grab your seat. Say, neighbor, whatever you do, play your bad hand. Let us pray. Eternal gracious God, our Father God, is once again that we do come singing thank you. God, before we come asking for anything, we want to thank you for everything. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your joy. Thank you for your peace. Thank you for your kindness. God, now I ask you, yes, Lord, send your power that don't make preaching only easy but effective, oh God. And let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, oh Lord, my strength and my redeemer. In Jesus' name, amen. Come on, one more time, shout, play your bad hand. Amen. My brothers and sisters, growing up, one thing I know what life do is deal us an unwanted hand. Anybody ever been there that life just, they say this saying, when life throws you lemons, you make lemonade. But is there anybody in this building said that I made the best lemonade out of my life, that actually, when life actually threw you lemons and you got sour and you got bitter and you got depressed, that somewhere down the line you threw some sugar in there and stirred it up, and then you got a taste of life and you found the way to destroy life. And he was like, you know what, I'm not going to fall, I'm not going to bend, I'm not going to be sour, I'm not going to be depressed, but I'm going to find a way to overcome the enemy. One thing I realized with life threw unexpected curveballs. I remember about 3 years ago, God had me preach a title series everywhere I go entitled Facing Disappointments. Is there anybody ever been in here that had to face disappointment? You had to face things that you thought was impossible. You had to face rejection. You had to face depression. You had to face being a victim. You had to face losing your job. There's things that life throw at you and you had to face it. But I realized it's not what you face, but it's how you handle the frustration. Okay, I say that again. It's not what you face, but it's how you handle the frustration. Sometimes people go through and they handle things with grace. They handle things with class. In other words, you'll see somebody and you look, do you ever go through anything? You always keep a smile. But there's other people that deal with frustration, with bitterness, deal with frustration with an attitude. And if they mad, they want the whole world to be mad. Is there anybody know that I'm talking right? That there's people that want to captivate off your misery, that because they miserable, misery loves company, and because they knocking at your front door because they miserable, but let somebody know, I'm not going to be a company, but I'm going to pray for you that you get out of that frustration. Look at yourself and say, self, I'm going to play my bad hand. See, growing up, there was 2 games that I loved playing. And it was Uno and it was spades. Yeah. See, now I ain't going to say, if Reverend Oliver was here, I'll say I'm the best spade player, but you know, I'm going to tell y'all a secret. I only learned a couple of years ago. But in those games, starting off with Uno, in those games, Uno, you see you get different colors, you get a wild card, you get a draw 2, you get a draw 4. And in the process of getting your cards, have anybody ever played Uno and somebody dealt you a bad hand and you looked at your hand and said, what can I do with these cards? And you just get so mad, you like, I think somebody needs to reshuffle these cards because something don't seem right. And you got a bad hand, somebody got 4 draw 2s and the other one got draw 4s and the other one got the wild card. And you looking at your hand and you say, how am I gonna get out and win this game? In fact, I don't want to be, we played elimination back then, but I don't want to be the last person and be eliminated out the game. So what can I do? All right, I'll bring it to spades. Anybody ever play spades and you see your hand and you look at your hand and you be like, dang, I don't have the big joke, I don't have the little joke, I don't have the ace of spades. And you look at your hand and you wonder, what can I do with this hand? And then you see people at the table just not saying a word and just giving different facial expressions on their hand. Is there anybody ever been dealt with a bad hand? You've been dealt with lies. You've been dealt with disappointment. You've been dealt with people talking about you. You've been dealt with people laughing at you. You've been dealt with people talking about you. You've been dealt with things that you shouldn't be dealing with. Is there anybody ever had a bad hand in their life? In fact, I like to be transparent. There was times that I dealt with a bad hand countless times. In fact, I had to go to God and say, God, I didn't ask for this hand. In fact, you need to redraw my hand because I think I've been too good to get this kind of hand. In fact, God, I served you long enough to be dealing with this. I paid my tithes long enough to be dealing with this. I served in church faithfully long enough to deal with this. I've been to Bible study long enough to deal with this. So somewhere down the line, God, I want to say, I know you don't make mistakes, but God, I think you made a mistake because it feels like I don't deserve this. Anybody ever feel like that with God, that you say, God, I don't deserve this. I think I deserve better. But I realized having a bad hand is not actually a bad hand. Because when you have a bad hand, it calls you to do 3 things. It calls you to refocus, it calls you to regroup, and it calls you to reconstruct. Is there anybody ever played these kind of games where you see your hand and you start matching the spade with the spade, the club with the club, and you start matching the heart with the hearts and the draw 2s with the draw 4s, and you start organizing your hand? And one thing I realized, the reason why things is dealt with us is so we can organize out of a bad situation. In other words, God specializes in things that seem impossible. In fact, God will take a mess and turn it into your message. In fact, God take the mess and get the glory out of your mess. That's why Romans 8:28 says, for we know that all things work together for the good of them who loves the Lord and is called to his purpose. And I realized in my short years in life, in order for things to work together, they first have to fall apart. You can't put something together that's already together, but in fact you have to have the pieces separated and build it back up. That's why when we get in these situations and stuff that is dealt with us, God said, I need you to refocus, I need you to regroup, and I need you to reconstruct, because there's some things that you lost focus on. There's some things that you need to regroup on, and I'm going to allow a situation. In this text, Jesus entered the synagogue and taught. Luke made it clear that there is a man whose right hand was withered. In other words, the right hand signifies strength, the right hand signifies power, and the right hand signifies authority. Wither means shriveled or faded or decayed. In other words, this man's power was limited. And if you think about it, I don't know about anybody else. Have anybody else been in a situation where you was in a situation where you could not control? Yes. I'm going to help us out now. We as people like to be in control. In fact, that's why when things is out of order or out of control, we lose our mind. If you don't have control of your finances, it feels like you are all over the face. It feels like you're working just to pay bills. If you don't have control in your home, it feels like your home is unorganized. That it feels like havoc is being caused in your home. If you don't have control over your job, you get mad, you get frustrated. We as people like to be in control. But what happens when you're in a situation that is uncontrollable? In other words, this man had to refocus, reconstruct, and regroup regroup his whole life. Watch this, because he was facing something that he never asked for. In other words, this man had a form of he was handicapped, and he had a complication in his life. And I realized we as the body of Christ, we like to come here Sunday mornings and don't admit and be honest that we all have a complication. We all are handicapped somewhere in our life. We all fall short and weak in some part of our life. It may not be a physical thing, but it hits you when it's spiritual. We all fall short. The Bible says all have sinned and fall short to the glory of God. In other words, we often are like the scribes and the Pharisees, where we don't want nothing, we don't want the healing, we don't want to see the power, but instead we like to see people destroyed, we like to see people hurt, we like to see people abused, we like to see people crying, we like to capitalize off of people's struggle. But let somebody know, no matter what happened, no matter what storm happened, that I will not bend, I will not fold, I will not be moved, but I shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water. In fact, I will bring forth, look at your neighbor, say, neighbor, I will bring forth good fruit. No matter what happened, no matter the situation, no matter the circumstance, I will bring forth good fruit. In this text, watch as we see that not only was this man was brought into the synagogue, when Jesus walked into the synagogue, but at first it seemed like Jesus was ignoring him. Anybody ever been in a situation you felt like God was ignoring you, that no matter how many times you prayed for something, no matter how many times you cried out to God, it felt like he just was not hearing you? All right, I must be the only one, but there's times in my life we've been down and out. I have to question God like, look, I talk to God like, yo, God. That's my right. I'm like, yo, God. When I get fed up, I'm like, all right, the nice God I love. All right, yo, God, we got to talk now. We got to talk now, because something. Say, has there anybody ever been real with God? I say, yo, God, hold on, God, I'm gonna have to talk to you like a person in the street right now, because if you don't get this by now, we gonna have a problem. Okay, I'll tell y'all this way. There was times where I wanted to take my own life, and I say, yo, God, you're gonna have to step into this situation, because if you don't step into this situation, I'm gonna have to step on out. I'm ready to check out. Have there anybody ever been in a situation where you say, God, I'm so tired that I'm ready to check out, that I don't need life good? Say, life get better, but it seems like every time life get better, things get worse. But I'm looking to realize that God is still faithful, that my great-grandmama said he's a long-time God. And I had to really listen to that song, because I say, God, I know you may not come when I want you, but things seem a little hard right now, so you think you will want to step in. God, you think you want to step in there? See, you got to get to a place where when you realize that you cannot control the problem, nor can you fix the problem, now the hard time is waiting on God. Anybody ever know that the hardest thing you can do is wait on God? Because God has no time frame. The only thing that God promises is that he will bring you out. But then you have to ask yourself, God, okay, how long is it going to take for me to come out of this? How long is it going to take for me to know that you're with me? But then that's when God will send a comforter. That's when God will send a reminder. In the midst of God sending an encouragement, God, you stabs of God, why am I still in this? Okay, I'm gonna be honest again. There was times in 2017 I think I faced the biggest disappointments of my life. I'm going to be transparent, I promise you, because oftentimes, I always say when I was growing up, I see preachers preach, but I don't get honesty behind it. I like somebody that can relate to me, that I don't want you to be so Bible that you can't relate to me. And I'm human, and I bleed the same way y'all bleed. So in 2017, in August, actually, my cousin was diagnosed with cancer in September. I was on my way to work. It's a rainy Wednesday. It's always Wednesdays. It's rainy Wednesday, and I'm on my way to work. And my mother texted me, you need to go to the hospital to say your final goodbyes. So I'm like, final goodbyes to your cousin? All right. I'm like, put on my gospel. Devil, you lost again. Had all the faith. I went to the hospital. They had on a respirator. Mind you, that Sunday, she was just praising God in church. She was fine. That Saturday, we was at a cookout. So I go to the hospital, and they have her on life support. They have the machine breathing on her. I see my great-grandmother, I see my grandmother, I see my aunts, and I'm in there. And I'm like, oh, God gonna work a miracle. I'm telling you, when you watch preachers and hear testimonies of God delivering people from death and Juanita binding and all that stuff, so you start, God, you gonna do it, you gonna do it, you gonna do it. So I'm in there praying, I'm in there singing, having praise and worship like she about to get up and God gonna prove the dollars wrong, and somewhere down the line, what I thought was gonna happen didn't happen. So then I start getting confused as more families start coming in. I'm like, God, she gonna wake up, God, she gonna do this, God, is gonna happen. And then somewhere down the line, it felt like I got smacked in my face because what I was expecting to happen didn't happen. We call facing disappointments and facing frustration. Can I be honest? How can I be a preacher and I pray for so much people and I preach for so much people and I see people's lives change and see people get healed and delivered and hear all these testimonies, and then you say, God, well, what about me? Why couldn't it happen to my family? Or why couldn't it happen? Or am I really called? Am I really anointed? Am I really, is there anybody ever been there that you have to question yourself like, God, I heard this person. I'm not trying to be petty. I'm not trying to be picky, but God, you the same God that did this before, so you the same God that do it again. And then, see, I always told myself, I said, when I read the Bible, when you read the Bible and you see the miracles of Jesus, how people was getting healed and all this different things, I said, God, I want to see that. So I said, you know, you always hear, well, by faith, by faith. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to put my faith in this. So next thing I know, November 2017, my Nana had a stroke. Thanksgiving had a stroke in a coma. Go to the hospital. I'm like, all right, God, got discouraged one time. We're going to do it again. You're going to come through again. I just know this time. I got all the faith in the world. You know, you just speaking things into existence. Anybody ever, I'm serious, anybody ever been there when you start speaking things into existence? But what happens when what you speak into existence don't happen the way you want it to happen? This is stuff we don't deal with a lot in church. That what you expect and what you pray for, what happens when it feels like it goes the opposite way? So November come going to the hospital. I'm laughing with her, joking with her. She not moving. I'm like, God, you gonna work it out. December came, she gone. I'm like, all right, God, I think I'm done with you now. I'm being honest, I think I'm done with you now. I don't want to preach. I don't want to go to church. I don't want to do nothing because now I'm back in a place where you have to convince me that you're real. Can I be honest? When you young, and you go through things back to back, you get to a point in your life where you say, all right, God, you're going to have to convince me that you're real again. Okay, I can be honest. There's some things, okay, I can say, December, my godfather, the ending of December, my godfather died. So I'm like, all right, God, that's number 3. In 3 months, September, December, and December. Okay, so then I'm like, how do I go into the new year dealing with deaths back to back? Okay, so I'm like, all right, we're going to start it off again. My great-grandmother, after my cousin passed, my great-grandmother was devastated. She was destroyed. She raised as if that was her daughter. And calling my grandmother, hey, Grandma, how are you? I'm not doing too good. That's not like my great-grandmother. She always say, you know how grandmas are. I'm pressing on. I'm going on. I'm praying. Long story short, I'm going to get back into the word. But long story short, January, my great-grandmother died. So now I'm like, all right, God, I dealt with from September to January, loss after loss after loss. And I still have to preach, and I'm lost now. Because now you have to convince me that you're real. Fast forward to November of 2018, my grandfather had passed right before Thanksgiving. So I'm like, God, we're not about to start this cycle back up. So like this Pharisee, I was a withered hand. In fact, I was in a position where I was withered, I was hurt, I was broken, and I was bruised. And in fact, I didn't even want to do this church thing no more because I thought it was better living in the world than it is living in church. Can I be real? If you look at the world, it seems like everything is going on, and it seems like everybody got it going on. They got the red bottoms, the Gucci, the Fendi, the Chanel, and yet you here struggling, working 3 jobs, trying to pay a bill. Is there anybody that could be honest that sometimes I just wanted to drift away, but in the process of drifting away, God railed me right back in. Is there anybody that can attest that soon as you was about to go off the road, God railed you right back on in? Is there anybody in here that is grateful that when you was about to go left, God made you go right? Is there anybody up in here that when you was ready to lose your mind, God gave you a peace of mind? Is there anybody up in here that when you lost strength, God was your strength? Is there anybody up in here that can get happy that God made provisions for you. I don't know where I'm at in the notes, but I'm just going to preach this thing. So one thing about this game, right? It calls you to refocus. It calls you to regroup. And it calls you to be reconstructed. But one thing I like about when you refocus, regroup, and reconstruct, he gives you a start over. In fact, you feel like, all right, God, I'm at square one. And when you get to square one, you oftentimes tune out the wrong things and you listen to the right things. In other words, I'm about to go, I promise you it's 12:30. We'll be out by 12:45. But I came to let you know this morning that just because you dealt with a bad hand, don't give up, don't give in, because watch this, what I like about the game called spades is just because you have a bad hand don't mean your partner does. In fact, your bad hand can still cause you to win the game. Your bad hand will cause you to still win the game. Look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor, I may have been dealt with a bad hand, but I have a partner who wins the game. Look at your neighbor, say, neighbor, who's your partner? Look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor, say, neighbor, I have a partner that never lost the game. I have a partner that never lost the battle. I have a partner who is Jehovah. He's Jehovah Jireh. He's my provider. He's Jehovah Nissi. He's my banner in victory. He's Jehovah Shiloh. He's Jehovah Sikkenu. He is El Shaddai. Is there anybody up in here that's so glad that they have a partner that when times get rough, your partner will step in? Is there anybody up in here that's so glad when you have a partner, he can do exceedingly abundantly above all you can ask something? Is there anybody? I feel my help, y'all. Is there anybody up in here that is glad that you got a partner that never lost the case? You got a partner that never lost the battle. You got a partner that sits high and look low. You have a partner that is the only, the true, living God. What I like about this game, right? I have a partner that know how to cut it. Is there anybody ever play spades where you have a partner and you feed your hand and God just cut it? People talked about you, but God just cut it. People laughed at you and God just cut it. People wrote you off and God just cut it. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, my past can't control it because God cut it. He's cutting people off. He's cutting people out. He's cutting off the naysayers. He's cutting off the spectators. Look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor, say, neighbor, I'm so glad that I serve a God that will cut it. I'm so glad I serve a God that will make a way in the wilderness. I'm so glad I serve a God that will make rivers in the desert. listen, I just need about 5 people to stand to your feet and open up your mouth and begin to give God some praise. Praise God that you survived the hand that was dealt to you. Praise God that you survived the thing that was supposed to kill you. Praise God that you survived the thing that was supposed to destroy you. Praise God that you survived the thing that was supposed to devour you. Praise God that you survived the thing that was supposed to manipulate you. Praise God that you survived the thing that was supposed to crush you. I will bless the Lord at all times. His praises shall continually be in my mouth. My soul shall make a boast in the Lord, and the humble shall hear thereof and be glad. Oh, magnify, look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, we gon' get through this. Oh, magnify the Lord with me. Let us exalt his name. Praise him with the sound of the trumpet. Praise him with a trembling dance. The Bible says, let everything that hath breath praise ye the Lord. I'm going to praise him in the morning. I'm going to praise him at noonday. I'm going to praise him in the midnight. I'm going to praise him through the good. I'm going to praise him through the bad. I'm going to praise him when I'm up. I'm going to praise him when I'm down. I'm going to praise him with every test that I get. Why? Because he's worthy. Why? Because he's righteous. Why? Because he's faithful. Why? Because he's omnipotent. Why? Because he's loving. Why? Because he's just. Why? Because he's forgiving. Why? Because he's sovereign. Why? Because he's faithful. Why? Because he loves you. Why? Because he is. Praise him. Come on, for the next 30 seconds, with no music, open up your mouth and begin to give God a praise that you survived the worst of time, that you survived the storm, that you survived the headache, when other people thought you were dead. God wrote you back in. Open up your mouth and begin to bless God. Play your bad. I just want to encourage everyone. No matter what you face, no matter what you do, no matter how hard it is, don't give up. Because no matter what is dealt to you, watch this, we have to master handling what's been handled to us. And whatever the devil throw at you, you throw it back at him. Because you gotta, see, watch this, I love football. And I love when people catch an interception and they run the yards to get the touchdown. See, it's different when you catch the interception and you get tackled. But when you catch the interception and you score, look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, that's just how God is. When the enemy throws something, he just intercepted it and he scored. Is there anybody happy this morning that the enemy threw some darts at you and God intercepted it and he scored? Clap your hands. God, we we thank you. At this time, we're going to open the doors of the church. That there may be one that want to get to know this man named Jesus that we pray about, we sing about, we preach about. The doors of the church is open. You could come from a letter from our sister church, coming to Canada, the Christian Experience, reinstatement. The doors of the church is open. Remember, no matter what you're going through in life, remember to always play your bad hand.
Yes, sir.
Because you have a partner that will always win.
Yes, sir.
And because my partner always wins and I'm connected to my partner, that means I'll always win. And that I never lose. Even when it seems like it's impossible, God will step in. That's why God said, I specialize in things that seem impossible. Is there one? Is there one?